how to beat the one at Risk. So this is basically one versus all in the Risk, and you can download this Risk from Steam in case you are wondering which Risk this is. So this is a scenario called one versus all. And this is a relatively tough scenario, so you might be wondering how to beat it, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So let's get started. It's going to be a little bit of a long video because obviously it takes a while to beat this level. So, but we'll go at it. So the first thing to note is that it's all dark and he owns all of it and you own only this with a bunch of armies. So what you want to do is make sure that he doesn't have any continents to begin with. And then our strategy is going to be to control as much as possible with a large army and make sure that he cannot recapture any continents. And then we'll spread from there. So let's get started. So to keep him from conquering anything, let's make a path through all of the continents. So let's go through and do something like, you see I went to Africa, I've touched Africa, I've touched South America, and I'm gonna just go straight up North America. Remember, we are gonna start running short of army if we try to capture all sorts of other stuff in general. So we're gonna just not try to waste any armies, but having played this scenario a bit, I know that North America and Asia have some weak spots here, so I'm just gonna capture those. Now, if you're not sure about those weak spots, then you wouldn't want to do it this way. But I took a few extra ones here because I know those are weak spots, and it'll help us from keeping him from recapturing North America anytime easily. Same thing here. There's a bunch of 3s and 5s you can see here, so we're gonna take those. So we'll take the 3, the 5, a couple of these 3s here, and so this way we have a chunk of North America and a chunk of Asia, which is going to make it hard for him to recapture those areas. We can probably take India here as well with this 3. Now you may want to take it or not take it depending on how much army you have left. If you're running short for capturing all of Australia, you might not want to do that. But we have enough, so we will continue through. And at this point we have Australia, which will give us a little bit of army each turn. And we've left him no continents, and the bulk of his material at this point, as you can see, is here in Asia, Europe, and a little bit of Asia and Africa. So North Africa would be a great place to contain him from moving or recapturing any continent, or either of these two countries in Europe can work as well. So we're going to fortify and move these 28 over to one of these 3 countries here. And so let's end our attack. I like North Africa the most in this scenario, so let's just recapture North and fortify to North Africa. And during his turn, you're going to want to make sure and observe where his big armies are in Greenland and Saudi Arabia here. So, and he probably has a big army in Ukraine, so you're going to want to watch the big movements of any of these 3 armies as well. And looks like he placed 12 here, which is a reasonably big army. And as you can see here, he's captured Europe and South America, and he moved a big army out of Ukraine in closer to us. That means Ukraine would now be weak. And we want to capture his weak countries, and we want to take out both of these continents here with our 28 armies here. So we're going to add all of our armies into this here. And let's say that we're going to now try to see a little bit of this. There's still 8 guys there. We're not going to try to take all of it, so let's just move 3 over. And let's see if we can take these ones with that 3. If we get lucky, if not, it's okay. Yeah, looks like we got lucky with those 2. And now we can move up to Ukraine from where he moved all his little guys out. And see what's... Okay, so we found a bunch of 1s up here. So we're just going to capture those. And these 2 3s as well. So now what we did with this is we took more countries. See, now if you look at the map, he's a little bit more concentrated in a few places, and we have a lot more countries. Now Europe is a lot harder for him to recapture, and we would want to capture South America fully and keep him from capturing Africa. So what we can do is fortify over here to Brazil. And so we do that. And remember, the main goal here is that we don't want him having too many continents or countries, and so that's exactly what we're doing. He's trying to capture a little bit up here in North America, but we took a whole bunch of it, so it's not going to be so easy. And even if he does capture it, we will have, we have 2 entrances here to the north to easily get back into North America from. All right. So we're going to get 9 guys. Cool. As we saw, he took a lot of stuff in North America, and he's probably weak up there, so let's put all of them here so we can recapture those countries up there. See all these 1s up here? We're just gonna take out as many of these little 1s here, and we'll leave those guys around. Now here we need to get back into Africa. We're not going to have too much left if we take this 11 from this 21. So we're not going to bother with this 11 for now. We're just going to go straight at that African section and take out the 1s out here again. And as you can see, that leaves him pretty weak. And we can end our attack phase and maybe move this 11. Now we can't get to this part of Asia. That's where I would ideally like it, because I see a streak over here. We don't want to put 11 next to 13 or 15, because that's going to make him want to just attack us. We can leave it here, or we can move it to here, next to the 9. Because he's probably going to be more tempted to capture South America if we don't put that there. So, but either way, our goal is just to keep him from getting any of these continents back. And if he tries to capture North America, then the 11 here is going to be more helpful than down here. And he tried to capture North America. Maybe he's going for Africa. Nope, he stopped. So he didn't take any continents at all. And we can see all of the map. There's no dark zones. And what we want to do is just take as many little countries as we can. And that looks like that's going to be North America. And so let's just power up this 2 here and take them out. All right. So that was that. And let's end our attack. End our turn. So as you can see, he doesn't have an easy way to capture and keep any continents or countries. Now at this point he gets 10 armies from cards, which is kind of big. And if he had any continents or a lot of countries, that can really add up and give him a lot of strength. But because he doesn't have those, the 10 armies allow him to capture a little bit more than we would like in this turn. Like he ended up getting all of Africa, and perhaps he'll also get North America. But we have a good enough setup that we should be able to jump back in and keep him from taking control of either of these places. So as you can see, he's put a lot of power into North Africa, so we're not going to be able to go through South America. However, we have enough in Europe to go down from, so we will just do that. And so to go back to North America, we'll go from South America, and from Europe, we can go to Africa. And then again, we can just go and take any ones that we can take. And here we are into North America. And we took out as many of his ones. We're left with 2. We don't want to really attack 5s and 3s. Or even a 2, that's a bad idea. So he traded his cards. We will get our cards next turn. And we're in good shape. There's not much to fortify. We only have this 2. And as you can see, he doesn't get much armies anymore. He only gets like 3-4 armies at a time. And because he doesn't have any continents, he doesn't have a lot of countries, and he can't trade cards at this point. So he's going to try to recapture as much as he can that he wants. He captured North America, but we have 2 easy entrances to get him back. And he captured a decent amount of Africa, but he's not going to be able to hold it. Now everything in Africa is 8s and 7s, so we don't really want to be busting on those. We want to be busting on the ones in North America, so let's go there. And so we're just going to take out as much of these as we can. All right, and that's that. We got 3 armies from cards in Japan. They're useless there, so we're going to move those. Let's move them. We can't move them to South America or Africa. So the closest we can move into him, I guess, is here in North America where we're having our fights. Great, so now he's again taking Africa back. So as you can see, this is a little back and forth. He might even try to take South America at this point, along with Africa. Notice he might have 11 in Brazil right now, so we may not be able to go through and we may need to split. Okay, it looks like he just moved them from Africa to Brazil to North Africa. But we're still going to have to split and go from North Africa and Europe at the same time. Otherwise, we're going to get stuck in between. So let's put enough to get into this 4 here, and plus this 2 also. So let's put like 8 guys here. and then we can put the rest over here. So go down. All right, it's fine. And then we can merge those 7 back with those 3 so we can come from here. Now one thing to note is, we might be wondering why I didn't just put the 7 next to this 4, because all he ends up doing is he ends up balancing it out or adding a little bit more, and we can't really attack it anyway. So it's better that we just leave 1s here, and then when we are ready to actually attack, we just put our army in attack. And he took it, Africa and South America back, but each time he takes it back, he keeps getting weaker because we're getting more armies than he is each time around. And this time he doesn't have that border sealed off like he did before, because he moved them to Central America, or whichever country that is. So we're just going to go back down to Africa and South America. And there we have taken South America back and kept him from getting Africa. So now you can see he's only getting 3 armies. Obviously he's going to try to take Africa back, but he's again never going to really be able to hold it anymore. I mean, he might even try to take all of Europe. But as we know that he's kind of weak on the North Africa to South America border, and we can just exploit that to go back into all 3 of the continents. So we're just going to put him here and run right through here. And notice he keeps getting 3 because he doesn't have any continents or countries, and we continue to have Australia where we are getting an extra 2 every time. So depending on how many countries he has each turn, he's getting either 3 or 4. So there's basically 42 countries. So if our number is 30 plus, then he's going to get 3. But if our number is less than that, then he gets 4. And once again, he has Africa and South America. And so we're just going to go back in. I mean, what's going on is he's getting weaker and weaker as we're doing this. I mean, at this point, because he got weak enough, we actually took Africa. He's gonna attack it back because he's, you know, we didn't quite make South America happen, but that's okay. Like, he will just get like 6 armies or something. Well, he's gonna get 5 because we're over our 30. So he's gonna get the 3, and then he's gonna get the 2, so he's gonna get 5, and possibly 4 or some for the cards if he gets the cards. Okay, so he got 8 for the cards. But I wouldn't worry too much about that because we're also going to get cards next turn, and he can't really hold the continents. I mean, he got a little aggressive and took Europe. But like I said, we got cards as well. And we're just going to knock out North Africa here. I'm going to push over like 4 so that we can attack these 2s. And also go up into Europe. Alright, there we have it. Let's end the attack phase and regroup a little bit. Let's group these 3 back with these. And he's back down to 3 armies. We have most of Africa, and we have Africa and most of South America. As you can see, he's grown weaker. And those larger armies of 7s and 8s are now starting to split up into 1s and 2s and 3s. Even his merge is now only a 6. I mean, he's got one little 8 over here, but we're just going to go through and try to take out as many of these 1s and 2s here with the 12 that we just got, since he no longer has any continents. We can perhaps take Africa in this process here. Alright, so we are out of armies. So we'll end our attack phase and perhaps just bring these 2 into the action. As you can see, he's nearly dead. He's going to split these 8 up and try to recapture South America. So again, he took his 8 and split it up. He took his 5s and 6s and split them up. At this point, we can probably add enough to enter South America here and also capture Asia. Capturing Asia is nice. We get a lot of armies if we have it. So there we have captured Asia. And here we will enter South America as well. And then we can bring these 4 guys into the action. North Africa seems like a good place. Okay, he got 10 more troops from cards, so that gives him a little bit back. I wonder if he'll get back into Asia. Doesn't look like it, but he might. He might just try to capture Europe. Nope, he's going for Asia. He took Middle East. And chose not to take all of Europe, just went and took Middle East. Okay, that's fine. We still get 13 and cards. And let's just plan a path out in a chain so we can go from here. We want to take out the 5 first with a bigger army. Alright, so now we have Asia, Europe, Africa, and he's got like a couple guys in North and South America. So, but we should be able to take that next turn. He can't get any more cards since he has 1 card at this point. Now he's got 3 guys here and maybe 4 guys left here. And we're getting 21 guys. So this should be the end. Let's put 10 guys to take out these 4 guys in 3 countries. So 4 and 3 is 7 and 3 more, right? And then for these 3 guys, we need 3 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9. And then we got 5 extra. We can split those between both, maximize our chances. And this is pretty much sure shot at this point. We got 9 guys left out of that battle. We should get 9 guys left out of this battle as well. And we did, and we have beat this level. So that's how you beat the 1 and all 1 versus all level. So I will end this video here, and I will see you in another video perhaps. I hope you enjoyed this quick lesson.